Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo. Sorry if you saw some uncomfortable silence at the beginning of this particular broadcast, which is live on YouTube. Hope everybody who wanted to tune in has been able to tune in. You can never really schedule live broadcasts at the right time, because inevitably there are people who can't make it because they're asleep or working or at school or what have you. So this is the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of geek news, product views, and answers that you can use. It's kind of an amalgamation in video form. You like that word?
Yeah.
Did it turn you on? The word video? Amalgamation? Hello, I'm in a good mood. I really am, and I can tell you why. It's because I've now seen, at least virtually, the number of patrons jump. I would say jump overnight. We're now at 619 patrons today. These people are making it possible for me to do this particular video and other videos now. An hour from this live broadcast, I'm going to be doing a video just for patrons, a What Would You Do video, which is a new series. You get one, everybody gets one of those videos a week, but they get all the videos. So it's like bonus stuff. So here's the thing. The more patrons we get, the more bonus stuff I'm going to start throwing at you. In fact, another bonus that I'm going to do this. I'm feeling this right now. Even though everybody gets free shipping if you live in the U.S. for shop.lockergnome.com orders, patrons, for the rest of your life, as long as this shop exists, can get 10% off. I will make a coupon code for patrons. 10% off if you want. If you want geeky things that we're selling. Everybody gets free shipping in the U.S. Sorry, I love every international person, too. Don't get me wrong. It's just the international shipping. You could kill us. You don't want to kill me, do you? Well, I assume the patrons wouldn't, but thank you. I'm not thanking you if you want to kill me. I'm not a fan of that. I want to live forever. Don't kill me. I'll be running through the list of credits here midway through the broadcast. Let me go ahead and make sure everything is good. Checking the stream. Are you watching the comments as they come in, hun? See, I don't have a producer right now. I'm part of, becoming a patron, is helping me build the team. I've been energized and refocused a lot of my goals, a lot of what you want from me, and patrons are helping make that possible, because the market for content production is changing. It really is, and I am, in the process of changing what I do and making it more, I think, of what you guys want. More ask me, what I think types of stuff. Continue to do these videos and other things throughout social. I'm also looking into redesigning the blog that I have, chris.pirillo.com, to do more questions that I can answer quickly, in text form, not in video form. And then LockerGnome.com is going to be undergoing a pretty radical transformation as well, being a lot more visual, surfacing things that I think are awesome and cool. So amalgamation is Chris Eldridge's one of his favorite words. Thank you, Chris. That guy commenting, I still love his handle's about the best on YouTube. That's his handle. Yay, Chris is in a good mood. I really am. Roop Sarkar says, I got a Hulu ad before Chris went live. Well, I'd say I'm sorry, except Hulu is, they're running a sponsorship again. In fact, you can sign up for Hulu, you can get the trial, but huluplus.com/Chris gets you a 2-week free trial. That's kind of like a bonus. For anybody, really, who can sign up for Hulu. Because what is up? Can't we just get rid of country lines? I mean, I don't want to sound like not the Antichrist, but an anarchist. They sound alike. Antichrist, anarchist, they're not the same. I'm just saying, I just wish we didn't have countries anymore. Am I the only one who's over this already? I don't care. You know what my country is? This. The internet is my country. All right, there, I said it. It's the elephant in the room. We can now move on with our life. I cannot wait to watch this again. I bought this last night. It's a special edition of The Hobbit Blu-ray. We saw it in theaters in 3D. I haven't paid for a lot of movies lately, and I think many of you guys know that, and gals too. You might know that as well. This is a special edition because, yes, it's a Hobbit Blu-ray, not 3D. I don't have any 3D TVs at home at this point in time. But I got this because, hello, look at that. It's a Legolas. It's a Legolas minifigure. Bonus Lego right there. So I'm in. I don't care if I hate the movie. I will buy it to get the minifigure. Now, do not accept substitutions. I know Lego I don't know if they hate me, but I don't know if I really exist in their universe because I'm an adult. Hang on, I gotta show you something. That's not what I was going to show you. Thing dangling on my... Sorry, folks. Allergy season. Oh, man. And it is hitting me hard. So if you look at my Instagram feed, I guess I posted it in social. I took a picture of Legolas last night. Only I took his legs off. So it's a legless Legolas Lego. No, actually, legless Lego Legolas. I had fun with it. And then some guy, he said, this is his quote, hang on, in my Instagram feed, right? As someone who follows me, right? Hey, it's Chris Pirillo. That's who you're following. Bless you, hon. Did you say bless you to me when I sneezed? You did not. Therefore, I take the bless you back. Let your spirit escape and burn in fiery hell, hun, for all I can. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Now I gotta show him the tweet that I tweeted before the broadcast to offset that I'm not being... We joke around. We really love each other. It's that kind of... I've probably now upset a lot of people. Don't ever do that. I don't do it as a sign of disrespect. We're kidding. She didn't say bless you. If anybody's rude here, it's her. I'm just establishing tit for tat. Tat. I hate tats. We laugh a lot. That's the secret of a happy relationship. Anyway, back to what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by myself. This guy posted, one more Lego picture and I will stop following you. Lol. That was because he put lol in there. So what I do, I scroll to his comment, grab my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Lego minifigures, which are still up here right now, and take a picture of me holding onto them with his comment in the background. And then I wrote, promise? I mean, because he's trolling me. Like, what? That's my response. Well, if you're going to go. You can't. Here's the thing, folks, and I think some of you guys know this. You can create the world around you, but you can't force other people to think like you and to be everything you want them to be. You just can't. You know, all I can promise, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, I am promising you to be the best me I can be for you, but also for me. I can't do things for other people if it doesn't make me happy, if it doesn't somehow come back to me in some way. I mean, I'd just be giving too much of myself. It doesn't work that way. Happiness just doesn't work that way. I want to bring happiness and joy to the world, but I got to do it as me. Otherwise, who am I doing it as? I can only be me. And you know what? The me you get includes Lego minifigures. That's the way it's going to be. So there's a product view and a little talk and updates of everything that's been going on in my life today, including sneezes. Oh, I got to show the world that I do love you. Now, I emoji'd Diana, which I realize sounds kind of dirty now that I say it out loud. But it works. I mean, I think in context. I'm like, where the hell do I get to my damn profile? Just swept everything around here. Give me a second. I'm not as young as I used to be. It takes a while to get to things. I tweeted this. Diana Pirillo amid a bunch of pink emoji hearts. It doesn't look as nice on this screen as it does, on the web. So I did. I loved her. And 10 people favorited that.
Aww, including me.
Including Diana. And that was before I started going on live. Here. So, just FYI. Some interesting things that I've discovered throughout the world today. One, Microsoft's security products will block adware by default starting on July 1st. And we're not talking about programs that have ads built into them necessarily, but programs that basically render your system unusable. Crapware, really, not just adware, just crapware. So apparently, Microsoft's finally taking a stance on this. They're only, 15 years too late? Interesting, though, and very nice. They're going to start blocking adware. Junkware, really. Bravo, Microsoft. But again, we could have used that years ago. But it's good that they finally do it, right? You know, really. And they enabled a crapware industry. Real, and seriously, Microsoft, I mean, I'm glad they're paying attention now, but this is something that could have saved their bacon eons ago. But they didn't do anything. Gotta think of the users, man. I mean, they got the budget to care. Or they should. So good for you, Microsoft. Glad you're finally paying attention. Okay, so even though I caught this bit of news immediately, and I knew it was a big problem, it is something that I should call your attention to, and I know some people have emailed me about it. That's fine. Heartbleed. That's the name of a security exploit to OpenSSL. And like it or not, you have probably likely been in a position to have found yourself vulnerable to this particular bug. It was written into the code of a certain version of OpenSSL, and it's existed for a few years now. And the problem with this is, if a website that looks like, it's HTTPS, it's green padlock, it looks secure and safe, if it was running this version or a version of OpenSSL with this exploit, someone who knew that this exploit existed could find out the data that was transmitted, potentially username, password, other sensitive information. Nasty bug. Nasty. Probably the nastiest the web has ever seen. Because it's so invisible, really. It's stealth. Sites that have been compromised have no idea they were even compromised. This is, I would say, set off a firestorm of updates. And of course, some resources suggesting you change your password. So here's my suggestion to you. Yeah, pay attention, folks, because there is a possibility that you were a victim. The chances are there. The chances of it being you are there, but infinitesimally small, because once these bigger resources found out about the bug, they patched it, and a patch has been issued, right? Anybody could have been vulnerable to this, because you've probably purchased something online, you've gone to a website, or not even purchased, logged into a website thinking that it was a safe you didn't even have to purchase anything. Any data that was transmitted by SSL could have been picked up, intercepted, if someone knew of the exploit. We don't know who knew of the exploit, right? Criminals probably kept this quiet because it was one hell of a bug. Nasty. And it was quoted in a headline. I couldn't tell you the quote, but in terms of like a problem 1 to 10, this is an 11. And security researchers are freaking out, like they're on fire. So people are calling, and the sites are calling for you to change your username and password, which maybe not username, your password certainly. Here's the thing though: don't change your password until you know they've updated to patch the problem, or if they were even a victim of this problem, because otherwise you're going to be spending a lot of time updating your passwords needlessly, which, don't get me wrong, you should update your passwords frequently, enable two-factor authentication when and where you can, but the value of changing your password when they haven't been updated yet is pointless, because you can still get that account exploited, right? So, bad news. And hopefully your favorite resources that use OpenSSL have updated and let you know that they've updated. Then you want to change your password. Otherwise, you may be changing your password fruitlessly. Fruitlessly in the sense that it could be exploited again. Not fruitlessly because you should change your passwords frequently enough, especially for the accounts you use most often. Dropbox has announced Carousel. This is an app that will be available, if not now then soon. I keep searching for it and it's not available yet. Dropbox has made this app that is less like a photo sharing tool and more like, even though they've positioned it as such, and more like a permanent backup tool for your photos. Getting them off your devices and into a cloud, just invisibly. So it's nice to see Dropbox doing this, but Dropbox costs are just so outrageous. I think that it's just, to me, it's just outrageous to pay for Dropbox, especially at their rates. So they didn't announce any pricing changes that I know of. So check it out. It's an app that you can use if you use Dropbox and you love Dropbox. I'm a fan enough of Dropbox, but not a gigantic fan in the sense that I would say it's worth the extra money. I think backing up your photos is very useful. I tend to not keep a lot of my photos locally. If I take a photo, 9 times out of 10, I'm sharing it with the world on Flickr and Instagram or Google Plus or Twitter. So I've got it out there in 13 different places anyway. So I'm kind of backing up to the web, just not in one convenient place. Either way, it's nice to see Dropbox doing this. I'm an Edge user. I don't believe in really sharing a lot of things online that I would not expect to go public at some point. Mailbox is also now available from Dropbox. They acquired the app a little while ago. It was only previously available for iOS, still available for iOS. Now they have a desktop client that's going to go in beta, at least for Mac users. And Android now has Mailbox. It offers some different features On top of what you're likely using as your default client, even Gmail users may appreciate some of the features that Mailbox has baked in. So give it a shot. It's absolutely worth trying. If you use email on a regular basis, and certainly I do, it's my task list. And I'm happy to say that I've been getting through everybody's emails that you've sent. So many people have sent well wishes and hoping that I would, find my way down this path of solving certain problems that I have. And, as I go to turn on the monitor for real this time, as someone who has, and some people have recognized this, I have been publishing online since 1996, and the industry has undergone so many changes, and it continues to undergo changes. And so, as much as I have done my best to keep up, I have certain realities that I have to face. I've got 2 people who work for me right now. They help me facilitate certain things, making sure I can get things out. I can't do everything. Everything that I'm doing right now, I couldn't do without help. And so when I pitched the Patreon campaign initially, and thank you for coming out and support, not just the people whose names are being listed here, but every patron, it's not just for me. And some people think, oh, it's just for you. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Number 1, costs. Number 2, taxes. Number 3, I can't pocket everything. Look, I pay for my own health insurance. I'm self-employed. I've got people who work for me, and I'm trying to grow my team all at the same time where ad revenues are shrinking. You're never sure if you're going to get a sponsor. Yeah, I mean, like, all these stresses I'm trying to mitigate. So, I'm very, very happy that so many people have reached out and messaged me, and I've tried to reply to everybody, and I know I've done a crappy job at it because I was so overwhelmed. So many people saying that I've influenced them years ago, and they still follow me today. You may not understand every one of my stresses, and I'm not gonna tell you everything that I'm stressed out about because I don't want to burden you with that, right? You want me to do what I do well, and I appreciate that. And I might share some of my ideas with a certain set of people as I continue to flesh them out. You'll see a lot of those changes happen in real time. It is no longer as easy as it used to be to operate a website. It really genuinely isn't. And that's what our bread and butter has been for all this time. And YouTube's been great. YouTube's not my business. It's a part of my, what I exist as a business, but I want to do more. I want to be more. I want to employ more people. I want to, create that part of, because it's part of me. It's part of geek culture, or at least my culture. But for better or for worse, I've survived this long. It's just been a challenge. And so when you guys saw me kind of do it, for the lack of a better word, a breakdown last week, which was completely unintentional, I've just been uplifted by everybody. And so thank you for that. Just the amount of support has been rather amazing. So, sorry. Chris Eldridge does note that in the cloud market, Ubuntu One is being shut down. Could be costs, support. Other vendors come along and they do it better. Unless it's a value to your user base, it's not valuable, right? They're probably eventually going to work with a third party and do better with that. So that's just something to keep in mind. Even though I haven't redesigned LockerGnome.com yet, we're going to try to push it in the direction of finding really cool things for everybody, and so far so good. A Star Wars chess set. Yeah. We were just talking about this in yesterday's What Would You Do? I can't spill the details because it's just for patrons, but I will say that. On LockerGnome.com today, if I go to the homepage here, God, my web design sucks, I know. A Gandalf Stap replica. Nirvana Never Minion. Look at that little design there. Chewbacca Backpack. And what? A white noise machine. I would use an app. But some people want a dedicated machine. I'd probably use it. I know we featured it on LockerGnome.com, but I'm saying I would probably use an app. There's an app for everything. MediaFire, according to Matthew Almoni, says that they just announced a 1 terabyte cloud storage for $5, $250 for new accounts. I'm telling you, dude, it's worth a lot, but worth nothing at the same time. Dropbox is crazy. I think they're going to get their hat handed to them unless they make some course corrections with pricing. You can potentially save Mos Espa. You might remember from Tatooine. It's an Indiegogo project that's happening right now. The site for one of the scenes in Star Wars is likely going to be destroyed. But you, in conjunction with, I guess, a government part of Tunisia, or I guess the government of Tunisia. You got 58 days to save the Mos Espa site on the Indiegogo project. If you're a Star Wars fan, you might consider it. I don't know if I'm going to be donating to the project, but it's nice to see them go that route. I think there'll be enough Star Wars fans to want to back that project. Bluetooth 4.1 is coming down the pike, also known as Bluetooth Smart. This will be a software update, so if your device updates, from Bluetooth 4 to 4.1, the payload with Bluetooth Smart, Bluetooth 4.1, is not just a new version. It's going to support IPv6 in such a way that right now, let's say, okay, we'll pull this here. This Bluetooth speaker. Let's say I want to get it online to listen to Pandora. Right now, I got to pair it with a smart device, computer, smartphone, tablet. I got to do that. Bluetooth 4.1 will enable you to connect to the internet from the device itself. So, if the firmware for this Bluetooth 4.0 device gets updated to 4.1, I no longer need to tether it. It just exists as a device on the network through Bluetooth. Pretty cool, huh? I didn't know that. This was talked about last year, but it flew right over my radar. Expect to see those devices with Bluetooth 4.1 support within the next few months. Via PIM, he sent me a link to an article that was describing how Graphene, they can now start to use it as like in-contact lenses, super small, right on the eye, to detect infrared and UV light. That is awesome. I would love to see that technology built into glasses, and eventually it will be. But they figured out how to make it work like as small as a contact lens. Imagine being able to see infrared and UV light everywhere you went. We'll see if this Aura thing is really real. Wait, no, Aura exists on a different spectrum. I don't know. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. Who am I to deny? I can't see Aura. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Wouldn't it be awesome if by doing this we trip into a spectrum that we never even detected before, and we can see like ghosts and other weird things that are weird? I would definitely want to remove my glasses. I don't know if I would really want to, I don't want to know what's I can't see sometimes, and other times I do. That would change night driving in a big way. Pretty cool. The description for this is the links for everything really will be in the video description. If not, remind me, smack me upside the head, I'll update it. Raspberry Pi is getting more Arduino-y with new open source modular hardware. Modular is the name of the game. You may not like Lego bricks, but I think a lot of geeks and nerds do. It's very modular. And so Arduino works, modular hardware, really simple. Raspberry Pi is getting into the same game. Sounds awesome, low cost, build your own DIY solutions for products that don't necessarily exist out there. Great idea, especially for you budding DIYers, you makers. I look up to you because I can't make anything. I couldn't even fix my toilet. And the guy, he's got a thick Boston accent. He said, just fix the flapper. It was the flapper. Then he said, it's the flapper.
Yeah.
Flapper. Don't try Googling that. I don't know how to spell it. She said flappa, which would have embarrassed me if I went to the store and said, "Excuse me, do you have a flappa?" I love people who are from Boston, especially our handyman. Guy's a genius. He does anything and everything we've asked. XP on its way out. It's gone. It's dead. Sorry, you may be using a dead OS. I didn't want to be the one to tell you this. Hey, let me ask you this. How many of you guys or gals are watching me on an XP machine? I know there's a couple of you. So it's dead. We've reported on this before. But Google is offering this particular discount, Chromebooks for Business. If you buy one, you can get $100 off for each managed device you purchase for your company. Trying to move companies from XP over to Google. Chrome OS, always up to date. I like the Chrome OS. Love it. I use the Chrome web browser. It's not perfect. It's getting there. It works well enough. So Google's getting into the game, trying to move people off XP. I see more people migrating from XP to, well, I wouldn't say they're going to go to Linux. They're probably going to upgrade to Windows 8. They'll get rid of their old machine and go to Windows 8. But there is one patron actually, who's been looking to, she's been thinking of this for years, moving to an iMac. And I haven't shared my opinion on that lately, or with her directly, but I'm thinking about making a separate video for that in the what would you do category. The Boston mayor, speaking of Boston, Boston Mayor Walsh signs an executive order open sourcing City of Boston data. So congratulations, Boston. Your data is now in the open. That's the way it should be. It's government data. It should be out in the open. I do believe that voting machines should be based on open source software, and they're not. And I know some people would argue the otherwise, but if we're talking about living in a world of transparency and the government has the data, we deserve to see that data. We deserve to be a part of that. It should not exist behind closed doors. It works. Oh my God, it works. It seems your browser doesn't support webcam capture. Oh, there's an ASCII webcam app. Let's see if I can get that to show up right. You can see it kind of jumping around on my screen. You can, if you saw my my photo the other day that I snapshotted of me with ASCII art, in ASCII art, my face, you can capture yourself in ASCII art with this web app. Nothing to install, just go to the web page. As long as you have something like Chrome, it'll work. Apparently, Safari on the iPad, not so much. But the link's in the video description. It's fun if you look at it. Monument Valley. I finally had a chance to play this. $3, $4 in the App Store. Who cares? It's absolutely worth the price if you're going to pay for it. Jumped through a few of the levels this morning. A lot of fun. Love these types of puzzlers. I think it's going to just get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's the type of game that I love. Casual puzzle. Fun. Visual. Very compelling. It's like it was built for the touch platform. I'm on level 5. Yeah, I finished 4. I am about to start level 5 this morning. If you do not want to pay for Monument Valley, you don't have to. And you can do this legally. You can get Monument Valley for free, $4. You can earn it. All you need to do, and I'm serious about this. I did it this morning. I even posted the screenshot. Go.tagjag.com/free points. Use that, install it on iOS or Android, and you can earn redeem codes. So basically, I redeemed, here, let me just zoom in here. I redeemed Monument Valley, a code for that, which, I mean, you could see it, but you can't use that, my code, I already used it. You earn free apps. Love it. Anybody can do it. It was like a couple hundred, no, I'm sorry, 2,394 points is what you needed to get Monument Valley. God, my screen is way too bright. Sorry about that. I'm not going to dim it, though. I may be feeling dim, but I'm not going to dim it. I think, that's about all I wanted to say today. Maybe the only other thing would be that Lego is apparently a tool of Satan. Jamie Moffatt sent me this link, and originally I was thinking, what? There is a priest in Poland who thinks that Lego is from the devil. Some people think that, and they hate Lego. But apparently it's from the devil. Guess that means I am going to hell. It shouldn't come to a surprise to anybody who knows me. But wow, that's crazy. There's the link right there in the video description. Lego is a tool of Satan. Oh, you Polish priests. Nuts. I'm guessing that his parents didn't buy him Lego bricks when he was a child. I don't know, there's just something about Lego. There's certain brands that you just love. I would love to evolve LockerGnome to a point, and I think I have for some people, where you just love it. I think right now you may like it, but I want you to love it. I'm trying to figure out how to give you that love. How can we love each other? It's possible. I think it is possible. I do not plan on making bricks anytime soon, though. None of this stuff is available for Windows Phone. I feel so left out, says Christopher McAuliffe. I'm so sorry. It's not my fault. I wish I could say otherwise. Maybe that'll change over time, but Windows Phone is just not being used all that often by a lot of people who seem to matter in the marketplace. The developers aren't there. I'm not saying you don't matter. You matter a lot. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not slagging you for your choice of a Windows Phone either, at all. Because if you want that, if you love that, knock yourself out. Ryan Bragg in the live stream says, Chris, did you get Android 4.4 on your Note 3 yet? No, because apparently I have a special build of Android since Dez brought it over for me to use, or I guess we picked it up from Dez. It's a special build from T-Mobile, so they have to flash it directly to KitKat because it's a custom build. So no, I don't have it yet, but I hope to have it at some point in the future, in the insanely near future. Then again, I almost tripped over that. The Galaxy S5 is almost here, so the Note 3 works works well enough. I try to strip as much Samsunginess as I could out of it. Maybe I'll like the Galaxy S5 a little more. I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm going to keep an open mind. Just checking to see if there are any other live comments. Not really anything that I can effectively address, but let me go ahead and decide what I'm going to answer next. I'm going to be answering a question for patrons only. Anybody could watch it once you become a patron. What would you do? Ooh. All right. Brandon Hawkins asks, what would you do if you could give advice to early YouTube Chris Pirillo? I'm going to have to think about that before I answer it, but that's okay. I will answer it today. That will be the separate video. So thank you for tuning in, for watching as far as you did, for just being you, whoever you are. I appreciate the fact that you did watch this far. Thanks again for remembering to like, share, comment, subscribe, watch even more of our videos right now, because at this point I'm going to leave you to your own devices. We'll see you later.